what's up, guys? CheFPV here. Got the Saturn Titan in front of us, and it's opened up because we are going to snag the camera out of it, and we're going to do a quick little mod, if you would, or basically a safety precaution for the RunCams, but it's actually something I would suggest doing on all brands of cameras. I just happen to use RunCams, so for me, um, that's just the go-to camera. I prefer their cameras. I've had better luck with their cameras over the long haul, durability-wise and all that. So that, and I just like their options, especially with, this is an Eagle. It's got a metal case on it, so I love that. But yesterday, I had a problem with a camera that I had a massive crash with. I went head on into a pile of rocks. And then I also have this camera, which also came off the exact same quad 2 weeks ago. And what you'll see is I have a little problem here because the sensors have ripped off. Now, these sensors don't rip off for any other reason other than massive impact. I mean, if you can imagine, this is in a case, you hit something moving forward but stop. The heaviest part of the board is the sensor, and it's attached by a bunch of small little solder points, and it literally just rips free. You can also rip them free by kind of hitting them and jostling them, but in this situation here, I mean, the sensor is so large, and it's attached by only, like, I don't know, 15 points, solder points, small ones, that it just peeled right off and took every pad almost with it. You can see there. Sorry. There you go. So, how do we prevent this in the future? Well, the best and easiest solution that I've come up with for this just kind of came to me. I use epoxy on a lot of different things to fix a lot of different problems, or kind of put it on stuff to, as a precaution in order for stuff not to break. So I thought, why not open up your camera when you get it before you install it, and let's run just a little bit of epoxy down the edges of the sensor to keep it in place. So, open up your camera. This one was already actually installed, so it's still in the mount. Speaking of using epoxy, I actually have some epoxy right there holding this mount together, which it's actually even been charred by a battery fire. So, all right. Oh man, I gotta get this out. There we go. This is I've never actually opened up an Eagle, so it's got two sensors and it plugs together. Interesting. I didn't know that. So we'll need to, it's got not sensors, it's got two PDBs. It's a two-part board. I did not know that. Makes me wonder if I should epoxy anything else here, but we're going to start with just the standard. I never opened up an Eagle, man. There we go. Now, let's see if we can get that board out. There we go. There's the sensor. Wow, that's an interesting looking sensor that I've never seen on any other board. It's also got, it looks like some rubber. Yeah. Huh. Well, I'm still worried about pulling that one off, so it's not like I'm going to do a whole lot. I'm not going to gop it on, but we'll take a little bit of epoxy here. We got the resin side first. And, oh, I'm sorry, no, that's the hardener. This is the resin. A little bit more hardener. I got way more than I need on all of this here. Mix it all together. I use a toothpick for all of my epoxy work. So we're just going to take, and I'm just literally going to run a little bit of epoxy right down the edge of the pads. Right down the edge. I just got a little bit loaded on this toothpick. Be careful, don't get it on the sensor, obviously. You'll screw up your entire camera there. Make sure you go around the sensor whenever you're moving. Don't go across it with a little bit on that toothpick. So there we go. That's all we're going to do for this. Let's see if I can get this to better focus for you. There we go. Just a little bit all around the edges, right over the pads, right? Cool. And then we're just literally going to let that dry for 5 minutes. We'll come back and then we'll just put it right back in, put the other board back on top, button it back up. And now we should have a much better crash-proofed sensor for our RunCam or Foxy or whatever your cam is that you use. Just a little tip. Fly safe, fly smart. Hey, just fly. Keep those cams safe, guys.